ever been driving with a passenger and he or she doesn't have a seatbelt on? What would you do in that situation? Would you not drive the car until the passenger buckled up? Click it or take it. A cliche that everyone seems to know, but never seems to follow up on. It's a very important cliche that everyone should pay attention to. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration stated that 42% of passenger vehicle occupants killed in 2007 were unbelted. We all catch ourselves not wearing our seatbelts, whether it's driving to Village Inn to get that late night munchies in, or driving to Hy-Vee because you're so sick of that crappy Stack's food. In order for you to understand how important it is to wear a seatbelt, I would like to share with you a car crash I encountered with my twin sister. I remember the day like it was yesterday. It was a Wednesday night. We were 17 years old, May 3rd. The night was awful. It was rainy. It was hailing, storm. Worst storm I've ever been a part of. You could barely see. It was like driving through the Iowa cornfields with no lights on. We were celebrating my sister's National Honor Roll Society, and me and my sister were driving home, and the weather was so bad that we had to stop to get ice cream because you could barely drive. And we were there for about a half hour, but we finally got kicked out because the manager got mad at us because we were the only people in the store, and we got kicked out. Based on the survey results on a scale of 1 to 10, with 10 being the highest, wearing your seatbelt is a 10. So, me and my sister go on, we were driving home, listen to our favorite country music as always. And my sister noticed something. She said, "Joe, put your seatbelt on. The roads are terrible and we can easily get into an accident." I didn't listen at the time because I couldn't really tell you why. I was young, I don't know. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration estimates 1,600 lives were saved and 22,000 injuries were prevented if seatbelt use was 90% in every state. So my sister and I were continuing to driving home, and we were stopped at a light, and she kept on glaring at me, and I give her this dirty look like, "Why do you keep staring at me?" She says, "Joe, put your seatbelt on." And then I finally listened to her because I honestly didn't want to hear it again. And it chose to be the right choice. And as we were turning left, I see a car about a mile and a half away, and I turn to my sister and I go, "Man, that car's going really fast." And then, so there's a strip mall to the right, and with a bunch of stores and whatnot. And as we were crossing the intersection, the car sped up and tried to fit a left-hand turn and hit us head on. I closed my eyes on impact when the car hit, and when I opened my eyes, I immediately looked at my sister to see if she was okay. Luckily, she had no scratches on her. And as I looked up at the windshields, I noticed a big, giant hole with, like, the scratches on it. And I immediately started touching my face because what if there's a big glass stuck in my head? I'll probably bleed to death. And I saw the windshield and I started freaking out. I get out of the car, I ran over to my sister, I hugged her, I looked her straight in the eye and told her, "You saved my life. If you never stress wearing a seatbelt, I'd probably be through the windshield and you would probably have to schedule a funeral in about 2 weeks." And after the car crash had happened, I called my mom. She was freaking out, and I ended up having pretty bad whiplash and a minor concussion, and I honestly don't remember talking to the police, giving them that information. And it turns out the car that hit us, he was drunk driving and didn't have insurance on him. As I look back on the experience I had with my twin sister, I realized how important wearing your seatbelt truly is. And I will always, no matter where or how far I'm going, will always wear my seatbelt. And I hope you do too. Like all the TV commercials state, click it or take it. Thank you.